Now, forget about Mao. Me, I don't even need to contest for anything, by the way. I don't need to even contest for LC1. I will remain a Ugandan, and I know my time will come. That's why I'm very calm. So tell anybody who is worried about Mao, let them remove Mao from their head. Mao is president of DP. I am the flag bearer of DP for president of Uganda. That is the position I have. Now, Binaisa once said that Kampala is a city of 7 hills and 7 rumors a day. So that is one of the 7 that you have. In Uganda, there are now 2 political blocks. What are blocks in Uganda? Ebibondo. You can't say Biwai. Biwai is a bit small. Obubondo bubiri mu Uganda. There is one block of people who believe in uniting Uganda, and they believe in cooperating with one another. They believe in dialogue. That group has NRM. That group has DP. That group has UPC. That group has FDC. That group has DF. You can call it a group of 5. I am the one telling you. That is a big block, and it is the biggest block. And that group is going to grab at least 80% of the Ugandan vote in order to take Uganda beyond President Museveni. And that's why you should not worry about running to exile or looking for a visa. You don't need to run. The future is bright. Do not have any fear. That group is going to be together to hold the country. That is the cement. Ezimbo Lutindo. The quick drying cement. That is the cement. Forget about the Bubadi. In the Bubadi, people talk on TV, but now me, I'm telling you that that's a group of 5. And we are still looking for others. Others are going to come. That group is to protect Uganda as we escort President Museveni. Now that is the transition I've been talking about. For you think a transition is a switch. That now you switch on, off. On, off. That's not how transition works. Transition is, I won't tell you the details, but I'll tell you that that's a block for securing the future of Uganda. You can even add PLU if you want, though you can include them as part of NRM. So that is going to be the broad majority. Now, the other group that does not believe in cooperation, we call them regime change fundamentalists. We call them the Agende group. The Agende group has PPF, the PFF, has PFF, it has now ANT, I understand. NUP is also generally part of that block, though the glue between them is weak. But for purposes of understanding, you can call them a block. That block will have probably, take or leave, 20% of the vote. But that group is very poisonous. They have Busagwa. And there's a need to remove the poison from their politics. Because the poison in their politics means they cannot be trusted with power. Power is not for everyone. That's why before you are given a gun, you go for tests, and you are asked one question. Under what circumstance can you take life? Can I take life if that is my car and somebody is coming to remove the indicator just because I have a bastola? Twa! I must weigh the human life versus the price of an indicator. There in Kiseka market, among our people, an indicator is like 50,000. Would I take your life because you are depriving me of 50,000? But we are hoping that over time, maybe in the next 5-10 years, the Busagwa will have been removed from that group so that they become a credible contender for real power, not shadow boxing. When now become a real contender for power, then Uganda will move like Ghana and Nigeria, where we have two blocks. We have the block called the NDC and the block called the NPP. Uganda will move like Nigeria, where you have two blocks. So I have stolen for you exams now. So you don't need to worry anymore. That's why I said the transition will not be based on elections. These things are already happening in the rooms which matter. And those rooms are not your TV studios. Those TV studios are just like loudspeakers. The loudspeaker does not speak itself. It is the microphone which matters, because the other one is just an outlet. So, don't worry about Mao. Mao has put on the table the important idea that Uganda should change peacefully. And it doesn't matter where that leaves me. Whether I'll just go back to Tegot to look after my Bazukulu. It really doesn't matter. What matters is what will happen to Uganda. Do you people really think about what will happen to Uganda? Instead, a good journalist like you is more worried about what will happen to Mao. Leave Mao out of it. Mao actually is irrelevant. But Uganda, the good thing is that I've now told you. So it is true that this bloc, whose core is 5 political parties, will unify Uganda. And even the elections are going to be peaceful. There is not going to be any noise in the city. There will be no processions. There will be no people, a gali. There will be no gali. You will announce where your rally is, and you drive there straight. If the people are there, they will listen to you, and then they go home. Then on election day, people will vote. That's the kind of election we are going to have. It is going to be very quiet. This is going to be the quietest election you have ever seen in the world. It is going to be so quiet. And those who don't want it to be quiet will be made quiet. They will be told, Musirike kokatono. Tuchahina bye tutesa. So, if you want to hold a rally in Kololo, your people will go and set the venue, and your audience will come. You will arrive and address it, and you go home. After all, you want to speak to your people. We who want to sell our vegetables and so on, don't disturb us. We are busy. If we want to come and listen to you, we will come. But don't come to antagonize me. I'm in Owino repairing borders. I'm in Katwe welding sigiris and so on. Don't come to disturb my Katwe. You can pass with a loudspeaker saying that bawelda zimwena tubaniriza ekololo. Then I decide whether I want to come or not. But you don't come and start saying, if you have an open, close your shop, then you support a dictator. Eh? That will not be allowed. That one I can tell you. So, you have made me say what you had not asked me, but take it from me. that Kampala is going to be very, very peaceful, and so will every part of Uganda. And then the election results will be announced. We shall have members of parliament, and we'll have mayors, we shall have district councillors, and then we start serving Ugandans for the next 5 years. And as for me, whether I will be any part of it or in any significant part of it, what you should know is that DP is pushing for peaceful change. Hopefully by 5 years' time, 10 years' time, the Busagwa will have reduced from the other group. When the Busagwa is gone, I asked the scientists, what's the difference between venomous and poisonous? I didn't know there was a difference. Then they said, venomous means it has poison and it also has the mechanism for delivering the poison. Then poisonous means it has poison but it doesn't have the mechanism of delivering the poison. So a snake is venomous because it has fangs. It can deliver the poison in your bloodstream, or it can spit it out. Poisonous is like a poisonous mushroom. Unless you eat it, you won't die. Or a poisonous frog. Unless somebody eats that poisonous frog. So, if we cannot remove the poison, then we must remove the capacity to deliver it, so that they stay with the poison only confined inside them without the ability to deliver it. So these are the discussions that are important. It is not important to discuss whether Mao and DP will support Nandala Mafabi so that Mao becomes a member of parliament. Chechipia. I have already been an MP. Even now, I'm an MP Wakameme. I'm a honorary MP, ex-official. So it is not a new thing being a member of parliament. So I hope you in the media now can start watching the two blocks. Our block is consolidating. The other block is fragmenting. Because now I've seen the war between NUP and PFF has become so intense that even giving them 20% is a bit too ambitious. The way they are working, they may end up with like 10%. Because they are really, really fighting themselves. So, but we are doing this so that you, the young people in Uganda, find a Uganda which is intact, and you take it to the next level. We don't want you to be like us. The worst time for us to have been born. Me, by the time I was born, the Constitution had already been raped. I was born in 1967. Just as I am turning to go to nursery school, Idi Amin overthrows the government. I'm now 4 years old. By the time I'm 13, the Tanzanians are entering, chasing Idi Amin. By the time I'm turning 18, going into adulthood, NRA comes and overtakes the government. I don't wish that upon you young people. Our times were very difficult. That is what I experienced. Washing clothes with purple leaves. You have a white shirt like this, you have no soap. You bring a purple leaf and crush it and put it in a basin. Then you get some little foam. Then you rinse and then you hang it to dry. That's the Uganda in which I grew. I don't want these young people to go through that. No salt, no sugar, even no tea leaves. To darken water to look like tea leaves, you burn sugar. We used to burn sugar just to color the water, to deceive the mind that you are taking tea when there is no tea. So I hope you people understand the big issues and small issues. Now when you come here and you start talking about what Kabadi are you planning, surely this is not about Kabadi. This is about the lives of... one day, Mzee Luanga, you should come and address this press conference and tell these young people what DPs suffered. You are talking about social media insults. DPs really suffered. So the other... I'm praying for the other bloc also, that they can grow and become an alternative. So that when we have elections in future, Ugandans can say, we are tired of this bloc of Mao and Museveni and Nandala and Mpuga and so on. Because that bloc will have people also. It will have President Museveni, it will have Norbert Mao, it will have Mpuga seated there, it will have Nandala Mafabi, it will have Jimmy Akena, probably it will have Bidandi Sali's group, it will probably have Asuman Basalirwa. That's a big block that you Ugandans will look in and say, I think my thoughts are being spoken there. Then the other group will have the Kavule people insulting Katonga, and you say, not yet. Let them first wait a bit. Tetuja kujula vitayide. That is what you will say. So that is really, I don't need to be a prophet to tell you that. In our block, you will also have MK and his group also there, to ensure that nobody can violate the borders of Uganda. That this army that you people should join is going to be there. So that is it. So I assure Ugandans of something they have never seen before. We need to realize we are in the same chombo. So kati chombo we chikuba mu musumali chikugasa ki eryato we litubira nga nawe olugenderamu. So you better pray that we have a safe voyage.